Hello. So recently there's been a lot of talk about buying gold as an investment, sort of hedge against the supposedly collapsing US dollar. A lot of people had predicted that, oh, with so much spending, the dollar's collapsed, when actually, due primarily because even though the US is spending a lot of money, we also have a huge economy. We're not Zimbabwe, we're not El Salvador, or even Israel or any other country. We have a huge economy. So actually, the dollar has surprisingly gotten stronger. It has not collapsed. However, the spending that the US is engaging in is a little worrisome. And there is some reason to buy some gold as a hedge against the dollar. I'm making this video just to advise uh, fellow people who might want to buy gold. I have no financial interest in it. I'm not selling gold. I don't represent anyone who is selling gold. I don't really care that much. I'm just trying to help people not get gouged by some of these what I consider charlatans. One of whom I consider to be charlatans is the most famous, probably Cash for Gold. You've seen them everywhere, from probably newspapers to television to radio. Send us your unwanted jewelry. You know, I got $400 in cash from my ex-husband's jewelry that I never wear anymore. Even the damn jewelry that you got $400 for was probably worth 1,200 or at least in actual gold. So that's not exactly a win-win. Cash for Gold's been confronted on this issue by numerous organizations, including many mainstream organizations. And their counter argument is basically, yes, that's true that we do pay way less money for gold than the actual melt value, than what gold is worth, but it's worth it because our services are so much more convenient. You know, people don't want to have to drive all the way to a coin shop or drive to a pawn shop and get the actual price for the gold. It's just so much easier to just send it in and get a tiny percentage of what their gold is actually worth. So if you believe that, that's fine. It's basically the same as if someone said, "Oh yeah, just send us your $100 bills, and we'll be happy to send you a $20 bill in response, and you won't have to drive out to a bank or any store, and it'd be so convenient. Just send us your unwanted $1 and $2 and $5 bills. Send us $100 worth of those, and we'll be happy to give you convenient $20 bills if you send us $100 worth of your unwanted small bills." uh, Another charlatan group, I believe, is the group Golden Fleece. These people have been especially promoted by Glenn Beck. After Glenn Beck called President Obama racist, many of the mainstream organizations withdrew from his show, saying, "Okay, you've gone too far even for us. We're out of here." Procter and Gamble, I believe, pulled out. Many other groups pulled out. One of the groups that did not pull out was Goldline International, not Golden Fleece. Golden Fleece is the name of an article about Goldline International that Mother Jones put out. Easy to find. Just Google Golden Fleece, and you'll be able to read all about it. I'll summarize some of the stuff. Like I said, after most of the or many of the advertisers pulled out of Glenn Beck because he had been seen as finally too extreme when he called Barack Obama a racist. a lot of companies pulled out. One of the companies that did not pull out was Goldline International. And Glenn Beck basically rewarded Goldline International by repeatedly pitching them, saying that they were great, saying that they're. He said that this is a top-notch organization. That's a quote. Goldline was repeatedly paying much less that, or selling their gold for much more than the gold was actually worth, so it wouldn't be a real investment type thing that you would want to get into. For example, they'd sell like $900 worth of gold for $1,600. Pretty hard to make a profit off that. And then even their own disclosure forms say that the gold you're buying is not really, it shouldn't be considered an investment. It's just sort of like a commodity that you would buy in terms of like shoes, for example. So even their own Goldline International's own disclosure forms state that it's not an investment. It shouldn't be seen as an investment. They just want you to buy overpriced gold. Don't do that. If you have done that, if you've done it in the last 7 days, their own disclosure policies also say that they'll refund the purchase. So I would probably recommend doing that. If you have bought it in the last 7 days, if it's been more than 7 days and you bought it and you have reason to believe that they were selling it as an investment, the best thing to do would be to go over to the Better Business Bureau website and file a complaint against Goldline International. That it's against the law to pitch something as an investment when you know there's very little chance that it's actually gonna be an investment quality thing. That's part of the reason they say in their own disclosure forms that their own gold should not be seen as an investment. Of course, the tone is a little bit different when they're advertising on TV, in my opinion. So if you have bought gold from one of these companies that have been either buying gold for much less than the gold is actually worth, I would recommend, I don't know if you can do anything if you sold your gold, but if you bought the gold, you go to the Better Business Bureau website, BBB, I believe, .com, file a complaint, and don't use any cuss words, they don't like that. File a complaint saying that they pitched this, in my mind, as an investment, is not an investment grade quality, and they're wrong to do that, and I want my money back. And hopefully you'll get it back. Hopefully this helps. If you do want to buy gold, might not be the worst idea. Go to a coin shop, go to any shop basically, and most of them will give you a pretty fair price. They'll give you an especially fair price, I think, if you're selling. They'll at least give you spot. They'll give you what the melt is worth. So, I mean, if you have $100 worth of gold, they'll give you $100 or $90, something like that. They won't give you $20 for $100 worth of gold the way Cash for Gold at least was doing it. So, I guess that's it. If you have any questions, I guess you could leave a comment and maybe I'll get back to you. Maybe I won't see it, but whatever. Hope this helps.